Dolphins, possibly the most popular of all aquatic animals. They're intelligent, fun-loving, friendly, and fast-swimming, skilled predators. Our timeless interest in these marine mammals has led to some fascinating interactions with them. The subject of today's program, Dolphins, Partners with People. Hi, I'm Jim Fowler. Welcome to Life in the Wild. Today's home base is the South Carolina Aquarium in Charleston, South Carolina. The subject of today's program is Dolphins, Partners with People. You can even see these amazing adaptable animals right here in a busy harbor. But let's go inside to see how spectacular their ocean home is out along the reef. This typical ocean habitat represents what you might see not far off the coast of South Carolina. Although there are a variety of species represented here, the reef provides food and shelter for most of them. Not so in the open ocean, where you often see large schools of dolphins moving through the water. To begin our story, Carrie went to the Bahamas to observe dolphins in the wild.
Grand Bahama Island, known for its beautiful sunscapes. I had the pleasure of watching one before heading out for an aquatic adventure at the Dolphin Experience with some of the friendliest creatures of the sea, bottlenose dolphins. The Dolphin Experience is a bridge between humans and dolphins. Here, visitors can interact with dolphins in a natural lagoon. Before I dove in, I talked with Omar Smith, a dolphin trainer at the Dolphin Experience, about the unique qualities of the facility.
This is actually one of the rare facilities that actually has an open release program. That's where these dolphins actually get to go right back out into the wild. They get to go right back out into their natural environment. There's a lot of studying that goes on here. A lot of the trainers get right down into the books to want to know everything that there is to know about these beautiful creatures.
I could hardly wait to see these animal ambassadors of the underwater world. I joined Marcy, a fellow dolphin lover, and we headed to the cool Caribbean water to swim with the dolphins.
So Marcy, why'd you come here to the Dolphin Experience?
Well, to be honest with you, it's always been a dream of mine to swim with dolphins. And I heard about the Dolphin Experience here and that how wonderful the experience is from other people, and I decided to try it myself.
Good. Well, I'm excited to get to do it together.
I know, it's going to be fun.
It's been one of my dreams, too.
Dream come true.
All right, you guys ready?
A quick swim to the middle of the lagoon put me in a perfect place to build a friendship with these cordial creatures. Bottlenose dolphins weigh well over 200 pounds, so being up close and interacting with them can be a little intimidating. But after seeing the dolphins' fun-loving personalities, I could tell that it must be a wonderful experience to be a dolphin trainer. This playful behavior looks like fun, but there's a lot more to this program.
Just like I say, the facility is just not all about shows, a lot of education. It's not all just, watch a dolphin jump and whatnot.
Above all, I learned that dolphins are capable of human-like affection.
For more involvement between people and dolphins, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When a dolphin exhales, how fast does the air leaving the blowhole travel? A, 5 miles per hour, B, 20 miles per hour, C, 75 miles per hour, or D, 100 miles per hour? When a dolphin exhales, how fast does the air leaving the blowhole travel? The answer is D, a whopping 100 miles per hour.
Our story continues as we join more dolphins and people.
Sometimes dolphins find themselves in trouble, like these from a group that beached themselves due to an illness. Without the help of the rescue team from Mote Marine Laboratory in Sarasota, Florida, these dolphins might not have survived. They were watched around the clock and received constant medical treatment. This allowed scientists to gather valuable information about their physiology. I was able to talk with researcher Randy Wells about this particular rescue procedure.
The stranding site for the animals was up here around St. Joseph Point.
Okay.
And then 4 of the animals came down to Mote Marine Laboratory. Then we were able to treat and release 2 of the dolphins. And we took those by truck up to St. Petersburg and then took a ship offshore through the mouth of Tampa Bay offshore about 86 miles.
How do you keep track of the dolphins after you release them?
And the way we do that is by using a satellite-linked radio transmitter like this one. This transmitter is one that's attached temporarily to the dorsal fin, the fin on the back of the dolphin. So it makes it possible for us to keep track of them for months on end remotely without having to be out in the middle of the ocean on boats that can cost like $10,000 a day to operate.
After a complete recovery, the dolphins were released back into the wild. They will be continually monitored to make sure they're okay. Thanks to the help of these researchers, these dolphins are once again able to swim free. People are helping wildlife in many ways, such as the Dolphin Project in Georgia, where volunteers collect important information about dolphins that inhabit the waters off the east coast of the United States. Project President Carla Johnson talked about this dedicated group of dolphin enthusiasts.
We have members that range from the age of 18, and we have members that are retired. They all come from different fields of expertise, but the one thing that we all share is the love of the environment as well as the love of dolphins.
Okay, we're ready to go. All set.
Michael Taylor, a volunteer, went along on one of the voyages.
I've always had such a fascination with the ocean. One of my favorite animals is the dolphin. Today I spent my time collecting data with the Dolphin Project in the intracoastal waterways of Georgia. I think we're about ready to roll.
Wildlife can be very unpredictable. There was no guarantee they would see any dolphins.
All we can do now is keep our eyes open and look around, wait till they show themselves.
One of the things that makes the Dolphin Project unique is the fact that we all are volunteers. There are several other different types of similar organizations that are along the coast, the East Coast, but they are smaller in number, and the research areas that they cover might be smaller than what we're able to cover with such a large number of members.
The collected data is then shared with scientists, government agencies, and other interested organizations. Volunteers scour the waters searching for dolphins. They count the totals for the population survey and snap pictures to include in a photo identification catalog. Since a dolphin can hold its breath for about 17 minutes, you can imagine it's a little difficult at times for the photographer to take the picture.
What I do is I estimate where the dolphin is going to come up, and I have it focused for that area where I think he will come up. And it takes practice to be able to do that, to be able to catch them, but that's how you do it.
Photographs of the dorsal fin are a crucial part of the identification catalog. Every dolphin has a unique dorsal fin, sort of like our fingerprints, so no two are completely identical.
The trip was a success. We had so much fun out on the ocean today with the dolphins, and to think that the entire organization is run by nothing but volunteers. From Savannah, I traveled to Costa Rica. Its vast oceans and bountiful rainforests are home to a variety of wildlife. In fact, Costa Rica has more species of mammals and birds than the United States and Canada combined. Its reputation attracts tourists and researchers from all around the world who devote their time and knowledge to help preserve nature. I met up with Sean Larkin, a key member of the Talamanca Dolphin Foundation, a unique organization that studies dolphins and whales in the Talamanca waterways of Costa Rica.
We take GPS readings on both coasts, on the Pacific and the Caribbean here, GPS positions of where we are finding the dolphins so that we can later determine on the charts exactly where they were. We can go back and take bottom samples, depth profiles, things like that to see if we can correlate whether they have a preference for their habitat distribution. And we record this data both on the Caribbean and the Pacific, as well as we try to generalize which behavioral state that we're finding them in.
Dolphins travel in groups called pods. A pod can be as small as 2 or 3 or as large as several thousand. Sean Larkin has been studying them for years and believes that dolphin-human interaction is a special treat for both dolphins and those fortunate enough to encounter these amazing creatures in the wild. Researchers such as Sean have decoded dolphin behavior and have identified 4 recognizable patterns: traveling, resting, feeding, and socializing. During traveling behavior, the pod may keep the same course as the boat. Although this is not a time to swim with the dolphins, you can see how these powerful swimmers navigate their course, steering themselves away from obstructions.
Traveling is, of course, just like people. Dolphins are going from one place to another. It could be to gather food in another area. It could be a particular location is better for currents or water temperature.
The constant movement and sudden bursts of speed tire the pod. It is then when the dolphins enter a behavior of resting. It is a sign that the dolphins are comfortable in that particular area and are free from danger. Coordinated actions and synchronized swimming are utilized by a pod of dolphins when they are feeding. The pod will herd a school of fish into a compact underwater cyclone. Then the dolphins, with precise accuracy, enter the tornado of fish, often accompanied by larger fish looking for a meal. It is quite a spectacle to see the bait fish above the water as they try to escape from the dolphins. Sean looks for these disturbances in the water to locate feeding dolphins.
When the dolphins allow us to get a glimpse of them underwater, to pass some time with them underwater, it allows us to learn a whole lot more about exactly what's going on. For instance, when we see what we think is feeding on the surface with quick, shimmying, rapid movements of dolphins working in coordinated groups and fish flying from the surface, we still might not see a dolphin actually take a fish in its mouth, although sometimes we do, but not every time. When you get in the water, oftentimes behaviors themselves, what's going on, becomes much clearer.
Sean closely monitors the behavior of social dolphins, keeping detailed records of situations and patterns that make the dolphins comfortable with their new friends from above.
The case for that, it's part of their natural behavior to come to interact with humans. They have a natural curiosity about us, and obviously, right here, 4, 5, 6, 7.